It's Friday.
Friday is here, Mel. It's
Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, we've got a lovely morning.
We have.
Haven't we?
We've got new stuff.
We've got all of this. We've then got sublimation.
Next doer.
And then we've got, I'm on with Amanda with storage.
Oh,
I'm well
wow,
excited
storage.
about
I think
that
we could all
show.
do a bit of that
I
at
think
the
it's going to, it might cost me some money today, that storage
I think so,
show.
especially that underbed stuff.
I know. I'm thinking about rice papers this big, decorating them.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
Anyway, welcome to Live Shopping here at Highlight Crafts. We'll introduce you to the team. So we've got Amber on production this morning.
Hello.
Got Sam on cameras.
Morning.
Got David demonstrating.
Hello.
Are you waving for every name?
Yeah.
Are you now called
I wave at
Amber
them.
Sam David Wave?
I like to wave at whoever's on cameras I'm producing because I don't know why. I just do it.
I've always done that when I've opened a show. I've always gone like that
Yeah.
when they've introduced you as a guest. One day one of the presenters went, who are you waving at? I went, the same people you're talking to.
So true.
Right? Right, live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. What's it all about? Well, it's a super, super simple way for us to share new product with you, existing product, and lots of hints, tips, and experience, I guess. So you can watch us on YouTube, so you can put us on your big TV now. You can also watch us on Facebook and Instagram and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code, and all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the live stream. So it's super easy. That will pop that product into a basket for you. Then we're going to send you a message that will land in your social media inbox. And in that message, there will be a link. Click the link, that will take you to highlightcrafts.com, where you're going to log into your account and then check out. If you haven't got an account with us already, please open one, because it's free to do so, which is exactly what you'd expect. But the benefit of that is that it automatically and for free makes you a member of Club Highlight. And that means that on all products and all orders, you will get extra discount, loyalty points on a basket spend over £35 for every pound you spend, and free shipping. Oh, what tell you today? Free shipping on a basket spend over £35. Now you can also watch us on highlightcrafts.com. Just click watch live, and then all the items in that show will load on the side of your screen. You just literally click the ones that you wish to purchase, and they'll appear at the top in a little red shopping bag. When you're ready to check out, click on that, and that will take you through that login and checkout process. But you can also shop ahead. So if you go to highlightcrafts.com, there's a banner on the home page that says shop today's deals. Click on that. That opens up all the deals for all the shows right throughout today. So you can absolutely get that basket filled, which is fantastic.
You can.
Right, David, it's back in stock.
We have the Airbrush. The Airbrush.
We do.
This is an amazing piece of equipment, and airbrushing is something, I mean, model making, dioramas, seam building, doing lots of miniatures and scaling, airbrushing, I love. I absolutely love it. Now, I never used to have a handheld one.
No.
Okay, I had a small compressor one, which was fine. It was good actually, but you could only go so far.
And it was noisy, right?
It was noisy, but also with that, you were tethered, and the rope had this sort of like paracord around it.
Right.
And it would always kink, and then you'd be using it really detailed, and it would want to spin.
Oh.
And so a lot of people have those, and they're fine with it. But for your smaller scale projects and for your craftable projects, like your jewellery, your resin art, card making, for detailing and stencil work, you want one that's no cord. You want a wireless one. Now, the airbrush system that we're bringing to you today, it's completely rechargeable, which it charges super quick and lasts a very long time. When I say that, you might be thinking, well, that means nothing to me, because what are the times? I charged mine for about 20 minutes this morning. It'll go continuously for over 45 minutes.
Wow.
It goes a long way, okay?
Brilliant.
Within your airbrush toolkit, you're actually going to get it pre-charged sent to you, okay? So this here is your unit. It comes in a lovely glossy green colour, okay? So this is the new model,
It is.
It's very similar to our previous one in the way that it works. It's just ever so slightly different wraparound casing on it. Comes pre-charged, okay? And this one has a 2-mode setting.
Does it now?
It does. So you can go super high or steady and slow.
They missed that. Didn't
They
you?
missed it.
You have to look at my face when he says that again. So go on.
Or steady and slow. It's Friday. It's Friday. Friday.
Have you ever seen that Victoria Wood sketch when she's talking about strengthening her pelvic floor at a bus stop? And you can tell the women stood in the queue because they go like that. It's brilliant. Just reminded me of that. Sorry, I'm random.
How do I do my pelvic floor?
You don't have a pelvic floor, love.
Oh. So if I'm sitting at the bus stop going like that, I just need a wee.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Right, okay.
Oh dear.
So, we've got the actual unit itself. Now, it does come with a USB-C to USB charger. Okay, now that's going to fit in your phone ports, your power bank. It's also going to go in your computer tower, anything with a USB port onto it. As soon as you plug it in, it starts charging straight away. You also have two pans with this one. You have a larger and a smaller one. Now with this, you could use it if you're going to mix your own solutions of ink, but of course the top of it just pops off. You put whatever ink it is you're using in here, especially your airbrush inks, and then it just goes straight on. It does also have a little pinprick hole in there to allow circulation to pass through so you're not creating a vacuum, okay? Also, you do have your smaller kettle pan just above here as well. When you're using your airbrush tool, you always just want to make sure you're using the correct actual mediums to go through it. A specific airbrush paint is the best. There's other ones out there you can use, just make sure you're using the correct thinners, okay? With this as well, you get the trigger, which you can adjust the release by just turning anti-clockwise the thread here on the back, which will fetch the trigger further back. You slightly push down, pull back, and that's going to release the ink and air dispersing through here. Now also, if I just take this off here by unscrewing the end, you will see how fine that needle is. Now this has to be super fine and also sharp to get you the perfect diffusion with your airbrush tool. It is immense, it is incredible. Now to clean this, it does all come apart really easily. So this here is your threaded nozzle, just there, and you get all of these with it, which are like your little bottle brushes, and you get a pipette, okay? So all of these are on a jump ring together, all different widths of metal and different bristles. So that width there of that needle is going to allow you to get the perfect dispersed ink and diffusion. Pop that straight in there.
It was back in stock.
Go on.
25% of it's already allocated.
Oh my goodness, you're joking
No,
now.
I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
You get the pipette for all your inks, and you get the cleaners
Tell
as well.
them about the experience yesterday.
Oh.
How you loved it.
Okay, so yesterday, because obviously we do a lot of shows here.
Oh, you're not kidding.
We do a lot of shows, and sometimes in between shows, I'll put all my stuff on a trolley and I'll be straight on to the next show, okay, like that. I'd flushed through my ink, my airbrush tool, but I hadn't thoroughly cleaned it,
Right.
okay, and I went to use it, and it was working fine, but I noticed that all of the water that was coming out was actually going more so in one direction. I thought, something's not right. So what I did was I unscrewed it here, and I'd used my marbling inks inside it. I unscrewed it, and just inside there was like a tiny little hairline, a bright orange hair. So I pulled it, and it all unwrapped like a little noodle of paint.
Oh, how lovely. How satisfying is that? It's like when
yeah.
you try and peel an apple in one go.
Oh, an apple?
Yeah, you never
Have you
tried to
peeled
do
an
that?
apple?
Yeah,
How do you peel an apple?
apple pie.
Oh, I've never peeled an apple before.
Never made apple pie before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah, try and peel it in one go.
Wow, okay. I like trying to peel a grape. That's
I
fun.
do too.
Yeah. But yeah, you get all of these thicknesses of the wire as well. Now you can see you've got your super thin one that's going to thread right through the nozzled area, and then your larger ones here. These are great for cleaning individually, but then also these ones here have your bristle housing around them, and that is what's going to go right down the channel and literally flush it through. So you can use it in all of the little openings like this to give it a good clean. Make sure you do this after every use, okay? When you're about to store your airbrush tool away, it goes back inside its preformed kit, and you also get extra O-rings as well, so the little extra washers. These are little rubber seals, and they can be replaced to go around the base of the threads on here, okay? So with time, sometimes rubber does, of course, become, well, it perishes a little bit, yeah. And you've got new ones.
Fab. Right. Now
oh my gosh.
Now you were shop brush, $34.99.
For that?
I know.
That's crazy.
It's fabulous, isn't it? Absolutely.
I love it so much.
I know you do, because I keep hearing the little from your desk.
Oh, but every 2 minutes you're behind me and I'm just going bzz, 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 bzz.
Yeah. Right, okay. Right, next. Now, these are brand new.
Never been on there before. We've never shared these with you. In fact, we have about 5 different bundles on today we've never shared with you.
We do.
No.
It's already allocating.
Oh.
Fully allocated. Oh, thank goodness for that. I nearly had
I was like...
I had a moment then. I know I was going to be like, I have to hold David up because he doesn't know what he's going to do. Right, Shop Artist is going to get you 4, 8, 12, 15 colours. Little pair of gloves. I love
You do
that.
get a little pair of gloves.
And a little cleaning brush.
You do. So your little cleaning brush on these, you can use it for, of course, flushing out the top in case it ever gets dry, and you can use it in your airbrush tool as well. Now the reason, and the crimp shut as well, can you hear
10%.
that? Oh, okay. Now, these aren't just any inks, these are water-based airbrush inks.
They are.
You can get alcohol ones out there, and we would never suggest putting alcohol ink through an airbrush because it atomizes it. Stephanie and the team managed to source the correct perfect solution that doesn't need thinning. Now, thinning is something that a lot of airbrush artists use, whether they're using it for, you know, indoor or outdoor use, or whether they want an even distribution of ink. You don't have to add any thinners to these at all. They are straight from the bottle to the airbrush tool, which makes it so much easier. The reason why an airbrush ink is different to a standard ink that you would use for any other process is because it doesn't dry on continuous airflow contact, and that to me is bonkers. As well, with some of the inks that we're showing with you today, the colour fast, so fabric, waterproof and machine washable.
Amazing, aren't they? Look at the colours. Those blues are beautiful. I was loaning these out this morning, I was like, look how gorgeous these colours are.
And
so
they're
Shop
amazing.
Artist is going to get you all 15. This is a crazy price.
15 colours.
Plus your pair of gloves and your little cleaning brush. Shop Artist, $27.99.
Yeah.
30% now allocated. You need to be fast.
They're amazing colours. In fact, let me just grab something that I was doing.
Amber, will you just divide $27.99 for me by 15? I'm going to ignore the gloves and the brush. £1.80 a bottle before your club discount.
Yeah, that's a bit silly.
That's a lot silly, but it's good.
So when you're working with airbrushing,
you can see the difference.
You can see the difference. Now, the only reason why I have a slight speckling here, and I want to leave it on, I liked it, is because my airbrush tool was running out and I didn't notice.
Right.
And it will spit if it runs low.
Okay.
Because essentially it's kind of like, you know, it's frothing air and ink together, but in a different ratio than it should. So it gives you the perfect ombre. Now, I only used red and yellow on this one. I never even touched on orange.
Wow.
And it gave me the perfect ombre blend of course, that two-tone. When you're working with this, you'll find that the ink flows at a completely different rate than it would do if you're using any other standard ink for craft.
Wow.
It makes a difference. I promise you that.
How exciting is that? Shop Artist, $27.99 now. Shop Specialist is going to get you another 15 colours, all different, for $27.99 as well.
Now, in this one, you get all of your neons.
I love that idea.
So you've got like your hot neon pink, neon purple, neon blue, neon yellow. These are all neon colours inside here. Now, some of these colours as well, you will find they have an ever so slight pearlescent to them, okay? And as I've stood here and said before, don't put micas in your airbrush tool. This is fine, these will work, but don't add any additional mica to it, okay? It's at the perfect ratio to not block a 1mm nozzle, and that's what's important.
Isn't that fabulous? So you can get all of them if you wanted to. 20% of this one is now allocated.
Oh, okay.
It looks like you're doing exactly that. With your gloves and your brushes, Shop Specialist, $27.99. And do you know what's great about this one? You say don't add mica, but this is an airbrush ink.
Yeah, it's designed for airbrushing.
So it's been designed by specialists to give you that pearlescent shimmer, which is exciting, isn't it?
That's
you
the
can
thing.
mix it all together.
We can do, and if you were to make your own mica mists, you would probably, in most cases, put more in than what is the recommended amount for an airbrush to actually be able to flow through it one time. That's going to stay evenly dispersed. Also, with all of these, you get the little ball bearing thing inside it. Hear it ever so slightly there. So that's going to shake it all up. You can use them on fabrics as well. So when you're working with them on fabric, I always suggest a hand wash.
Yes,
with your jacquard ones that we're going to go to next, they are 100% machine washable.
Oh.
But for these ones here, you can use them on fabric and hand wash.
Brilliant. Right, jacquard next. 9 jacquard airbrush colours for $17.99.
Yes, so if you want to do any fabric projects, I'm going to say use all of these for your paper crafts and your other crafts. This is what you want to be using for your fabric wear as well.
Yeah.
It will go into wood, metal, it will go into craft card, paper craft, all of that stuff and resin. But on fabrics with this one, you can spray it with your air gun onto a t-shirt, onto a tote bag, and it will be permanent and machine washable at 30 degrees.
Right, I'm just going to read you what it says on the back of here as well, because it says this multi-surface archival, which means it won't fade. Artist grade paint is optimised for superior performance and formulated to spray at lower pressures with minimal tip dry. Jacquard's airbrush colours are extremely light fast and wash fast. The paint works well on a variety of surfaces including fabric, leather, wood, paper, plastic and metal. Instructions, surface preparation, all surfaces must be clean. Leather and fabrics should be cleaned of dirt, waxes and conditioners. Non-porous surfaces such as metal and plastic may require light sanding. Settling the pigments is normal. Shake well before use. Heat set paint with a heat gun on hard surfaces. For fabric, heat set with a dry iron for 30 seconds at the setting appropriate for fabric. Clean up with water. And you can apply a top coat of Jacquard Airbrush varnish.
You can indeed.
To protect paint on metal, plastic and ceramic.
The colours in there, let me just double check.
They're lovely,
I think
aren't
on
they?
here, let's have a little look. I'm trying to figure it out. Yes, that one there's your varnish.
Oh!
So you get your varnish with it. I thought you did. I just wanted to double check. You get your varnish with this as well. So you've got an airbrush varnish.
That's exciting.
I know, right?
All those stencils.
I know. So
So if I airbrush with the varnish, could I then put my markers on top?
well, I don't see why not. Because you're not putting your marker through the airbrush tool, you're putting it on top of the varnish. But what I love,
Which is this Jacquard, all allocated. Okay, gone.
first demo
Right, I
ruined.
need to tell you this: 70% of artists and 60% of specialists are now allocated and in people's baskets. So if you want
Wow.
them, you need to get them, and you need to be checking out those baskets.
Now, a super crazy deal that we've never
just want
bought you
this on my
before.
shelf.
I know, same. This is like when you open the most amazing book and you see all of the colours inside it. This is ridiculous.
That
I
makes
mean,
my heart happy.
same. It's 52 colours. I'm just going to open it so you can... In fact, I'll grab mine. Mine's open.
Okay,
You don't have to open the
perfect.
cellophane on that one then.
Now these are 3 gram. They're like little test tubes, aren't they?
They are. They are like little test
You're getting
tubes.
52 different colours. It's shop mica. It's $39.99. Just divide $39.99. Sorry, Amber. $39.99 divided by 52, please.
7p?
No.
Oh.
70p.
Oh, wait, what am I doing?
I don't know what you're
$39.99.
asking me what she's doing. I don't know what you're doing.
52, sorry.
52, yeah.
Oh, 76p.
76p.
76p a mica. You've got to be kidding me. Right. So inside these, with the little clasp on the top of these, right? You open it up and you've got a shaker. So you have a dispenser on here. Now what you then do is just take the whole lid off and you take away the seal underneath. And now these, look at the metallic mica in there. These are dreamy.
Alien ones.
Ooh, the interference ones.
Look, interference ones. Oh, I love. Oh, I need this.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Now the
I'm having
reason
this.
why these are going to be so fundamental with all of your craft is mix it with your Aquastone.
Yes.
Mix it with your Magic Bond and Seal. Mix it with your Magic Bond and Seal fabric glue, and it
Yeah.
becomes machine washable as well.
Yeah.
All of that to be
Resin
explored.
cast.
Resin cast, the lot.
Isn't that fabulous? Shop mica, $39.99. Right, now then we're coming on to our shimmer spray bundle from Cadence. You're getting all 16 of them, which is a fabulous opportunity to stock up. We've got them on a deal for you. Shop Media, $54.99.
Yes.
It's going to get you 16 of them. So $4.64, it's less than, a lot less than £4 a bottle.
Yes. So with this one, these are your shimmer ink sprays. We don't suggest to put these though inside your airbrush tool because the mica, there's a very high content of mica in here, which makes them great as an individual shimmer spray. And also they already come in a mister bottle, so you don't really need to put them in an airbrush kit. It kind of like avoids that situation. With these, you've got all colour ranges inside here, multi-use, okay, so it's not washable on fabric, but you can use it on paper, through stencils, with all of your craft, you can put it into resin as well. Really high, intensity pigmented ink in here, but also packed full of mica. When you get yours home as well, you'll see all of the mica settles to the base. Just give them a good swirl by rubbing it in your hands back and forth like this, and give it a little shimmy, just to disturb up that mica. What a lot of people do is they just put a little bead or a pearl in there and it helps it.
Okay, Davina, I'm going to take away the gutted feeling because Davina says she's gutted. I bought 2 of the last airbrush. Do all those inks work with the other one, please? Yes, absolutely they do.
Yes.
The only difference between the one we've got on today is the shape of the actual barrel itself, isn't
Makes
it?
no difference to the performance.
It's no difference whatsoever. So yes, the inks will work. We wouldn't do that to you. No. So you can breathe, Davina,
Yeah.
like that. Fabulous. Now I had a lovely message from Mrs. Patricia Fish. Morning all. Oh my goodness. I wasn't going to purchase anything today. Just bought the Jacquard set. Thank you, Highlight
my
Crafts, for
favourite.
more amazing products and fab prices. I bought the Time for Tea collection this week. Taking off my club discount, I only paid £27 for the whole set. Brilliant.
Wow.
Thank you. See, we're good, aren't we? Okay? We're good.
Brilliant.
Right, next one. So now we've got your media sprays that don't have the shimmer in them,
Yeah,
right?
so these are your standard ink sprays, incredibly intensely pigmented. Again, you can use these in your airbrush tool, no problem at all, okay? They're fully water-based. You can use them directly from the spritz. When you're working them with the spritz bottle, just clean them through every now and again, a little bit of housekeeping, take the nozzle out, flush it through with some warm soapy water. But again, all different surfaces. Now, I'm going to suggest that you wear gloves when you use these though, because the ink is that intense, it will stain your hands for a couple of days. Now that's not a negative on the ink, it's just showing how powerful it is. It's really, really good.
Okay, I just need to come over here a minute.
Oh,
this set, artist, is all allocated.
Oh my goodness.
This set, specialist, that's got your ones with your pearlescent in, is 70%. Okay, so if you're wanting these, you need to be quick. And you need to then check out your baskets. If you decide to change your mind, take it out, then somebody else can have it. But if you absolutely want it, please be checking out those baskets, because somebody can come along and pinch it. So right now, while it's set in your basket, somebody could literally come along and type it in and pop it in their basket.
What I am going to suggest as well, that I've seen a lot of you have multiple airbrush tools,
Yes.
because you have multiple inks going at once, which means you can do double ombres. So you can have multiple colours flowing at once. And for the fact that it's $34.99,
Yes.
that's an absolute win, okay? Airbrush tools can be over £100.
Yep.
And you don't need to spend all that money. So you could go for an extra one, and it's going to be, of course, going to give you a tandem.
There's one left.
We've got an airbrush show today, later on.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's not happening.
Just saying, just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Stephanie, if you're watching,
What we're going to do, Stephanie?
try and
let
get
us
more
know.
stock, please. I don't think she'll hear us from here, but blinking X, she needs to. Right, so summer.
Yep, that's summer.
So that gives you the yellow, the magenta, the light purple, and the light blue. Earth gives you purple, fuchsia, orange, and dark brown. And brights gives you dark orange, green. I can't read that one from here.
I think that one is light
fuchsia, and what's that one?
Light green.
Light green. Okay, so summer, earth, or brights. Extender. Why do I need extender, David, please?
Okay, so now for any of you that are wanting to make your very own airbrush paints from your acrylics, you can use it with your extender. Now what you want to do is mix it in a little pot first, which means you can take any hybrid acrylic and make your own airbrush paint, which means then you can have any colour you ever wanted. I know, just make sure it's one of the hybrid ranges. Don't use like a Dora Metallic. Your Boya Metallics, your standard ones, would probably be okay, thinned down, but make sure you are keeping on top of your cleaning, okay? But basically what you do with this is I would squirt around about 3-5 mils into it and then just mix it.
All allocated. And the brush, airbrush, all gone. So everything here to here
It's gone.
has gone.
Right, okay. So
It's all right, we'll still demonstrate it.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely,
This
we
is
need
what
to
we're
see
here to
it.
do, you know. Do you know what? If you're on TV, you can't demonstrate something that isn't for sale. In here,
Yes.
we can.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna
don't worry,
say-
you'll still get your demos.
Well, we'll show and then we'll tell.
We will.
Well, we'll tell then show.
Gesso.
Gesso as well on this one. Prime your base, okay?
Oh.
So
Prime your base
Prime
on a
your
Friday
base.
morning.
I know, right? First thought on my mind. Gesso black and white, literally a primer for every layer. You'll find that with your mica powders and with your airbrush tool, with a primer you'll get a little bit of a better adhesion on there. You're going to get a better stick to your airbrush. Sometimes if you've got a super high glossy finish, when you're airbrushing onto it, the actual ink can bead a little bit and you get all the little beads of ink. If you've got a nice porous surface, it will then spread evenly. It's like when you're doing your water marbling, Gesso the bare first.
To show your bare base on a Friday morning. Please don't send in pictures.
That's a lovely gessoed base.
Look at the gesso base on that. Hey? Oh, delirium. Right.
Right.
Shop hydrangea next. This would be fabulous with your airbrush, wouldn't it?
It would indeed. With a stencil, you've got
Layered
complete control.
hydrangea.
Yeah, I mean, this one, of course, works up in a series of layers, following through, and with your stems and your foliage. Makes a wonderful single stem, or you could do a full bunch of them together. Love a hydrangea, one of my
I do
favourite
too.
flowers. They're incredible.
Yeah, they are.
But again, with the layering system, it means you've got all of those different stencils within one A4 sheet, and with an airbrush, it works really well.
Fantastic. Shop hydrangea, $14.99. Now, in this one, you're getting 4 stencils.
Ooh, all your cherry blossoms.
Oh, your cherry. I love
Yeah.
cherry blossom. It's sad, though, because it doesn't last very long, does it?
It's only a couple of weeks, if that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then as soon as a bit of wind or rain comes, it kind of just goes. But it's quite a fleeting moment.
Plastic bags. Right, so you're going to get all of these stencils.
Yes, you are.
Good grief, Melanie. Are these layered?
So no, they're not. So
Right.
these ones aren't layered.
Look
So,
at
but you
that.
could connect them all together and make a big branch.
How
So they're a
beautiful
big,
is
they create a
this?
wall decal.
They're stunning, aren't
So
they?
you'd start with this one, okay, and as you go into your second one, sorry, let's have a little look. So you could start with that one, and you could continue it from the tip of the branch.
Yep.
So you've got that whole branch then flowing through. If you
Yep.
hold that one, sorry, that end, and then what you can then do is take, and that's your middle one. There you go. So it connects to there, and then you connect that one to there, and you make a look at that whole branch.
And
then
then
you've got
you've
your
got
borders. I love it. I think
It's
it's
great,
so
isn't
cool.
it?
This on a wall would
Oh,
look amazing
it would.
airbrushed.
Absolutely, or on a canvas.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
Right, Shop Cherry, 4 of them for $24.99. Right, speaking of canvases, these are a bit of a whopper, aren't they? I love these size, 11 by 14.
Yeah, they're not like A3 and they're not A4. They're kind of like in between. Now with these ones, you're getting 14 in total. Gosh, it's like a paving slab.
I know, right?
All of those inside there for you, pre-gessoed, ready to go. Perfect surface for airbrushing on. The
Absolutely.
canvas loves an airbrush, okay? It just sings. It looks brilliant on the surface, but also it means you can then actually, you don't need to frame them. You can just put them straight on your wall, put some hangers on the back of them. But yeah, great for gifts. Then you do multiple panels with them, do lots of large-scale projects, and just have fun with it. But canvases are a great surface.
Well, those on there, you can just have the 3
Oh,
or
you
4
could have
in a
the panels
row.
separate.
Yes, exactly.
There's your
Davina at Robertson says, yay!
Woohoo!
Just like that. And then, phew.
Yum.
Phew. Right, now then, we also have another set of stencils, and you loved these last time. Positivity stencil set. These are great.
We all like a bit of positivity, don't we?
Oh, I'm all about the positive. Right, live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
If every human being did that, the world would be a very different place.
It would, wouldn't it, when you think about it?
Well, I always think if somebody told us 6 years ago that we would live through a pandemic and we wouldn't be able to go out of our houses, we would never have believed it.
No.
So this is the moment right now. Just enjoy this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we've also got, don't, because you get me on a soapbox, start everything with a smile.
Yes.
I like that.
Including every day.
There's a brand out at the moment, a clothing brand that makes sweatshirts, and on the back of it, it says, "The person standing behind me makes the world a better place."
Oh.
I thought, what a lovely thing to wear, isn't it? If you stood in a queue and somebody reads that, how's it going to make them feel? I love
Hopefully we'll be
that.
standing in front of Amber then.
Did you hear that?
I didn't because I was just reading something.
Oh, that's fine then.
Be happy. I said there's a clothing brand out there that make a sweatshirt that says something like, "The person standing behind me makes the world a better place." And David said, well, I won't be standing in front of Amber then.
I love her to bits. No, I'm joking.
I'm going to cry.
Yeah, just cry. Make him feel really bad.
I'm making you a lamp in the next show.
We've got her for 3 hours
Oh,
this morning.
I didn't mean it at all.
You're a little troublemaker. Then we've got a 14... Oh, sorry. So this one is shop canvas, $22.99.
Yep.
$22.99?
For 14 canvases, you go into an art and craft shop, your big shops that you know about on the high street, panels of A4 canvases single layer, $3.99.
Okay, so with your club discount, that's probably about £1.50 per board.
Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And when I throughout my crafting life, whether it was being in college or being here or anywhere, canvases are the one thing I've bought tons of. I could build a house out of canvas
I
boards.
thought you said when I threw out my life. I was like, where did you put it?
Throughout my life.
Oh.
Got a new one.
Right, so the smaller one, 6x6,
Woohoo.
6x6.
Yep,
You're getting 14 of those.
you are indeed.
Shop Arteza, $17.99. Now, if you've watched any of the shows recently with Stephanie, she was telling us that Arteza have just been bought out by Plaid.
Oh, really?
So these prices will not be the same once they go.
No,
once
they
they
won't
go
if
to,
that's the case.
Right. Okay. So grab them now while we've got them at these prices. Next, Aquastone.
Yes.
I'm
my
surprised we've got
favourite.
any of this left. Actually, 500 mil, so half a litre of your Aquastone varnish.
Yes.
Brilliant, isn't it? $39.99.
When we bought this in, we've been wasting it for a very long time, but they now do it in a bigger bottle for us. So the 500 ml of your Cadence Aquastone, fully waterproof, it's completely transparent, it's like an enamel gloss, okay? Do you know also, and I can't wait to see it, they've formulated a matte Aquastone varnish, which I'm just can't quite fathom in my head how it's going to look, but I'm excited to see it. Which
And
means
you will do.
Yeah, it's like you basically know the glass that's non-reflective, where you
Yes.
don't get shine, it's like that. I know. It's crazy. So Aquastone varnish, okay. With this, it means you can mix your markers with it. You can mix your inks with it and create a tinted glaze as well. So for glass painting, you can turn it into a glass paint. You can use it to conceal and seal everything in to make it moisture resistant, and it repels water. For areas like bathrooms, heavy traffic areas like footsteps, whether you want to use it on coarse glassware or ceramics that are going to go through the dishwasher or out in the garden all year round.
How fabulous is that? Shop Aqua, $39.99. We've got your Bond and Seal.
Yes.
Shop Magic, $14.99, which gives you all those different glues and finishes. And then we've also got our large stencils here.
Yes.
So Shop Square or Shop Circle. We need to show these really, don't we?
Bear with me. I think
Have you
there's
got them?
I think there's something. Can I just come straight back? I'm really sorry.
No, of course you
I
can.
hate doing this, but I'm going to be 1 second.
It's all right. I'll let you off. Right, let's say good morning to a few of you while David's on his journeys. Right, good morning to Terry Kim, Charlene, Nikki M. Can you remind us how you use alcohol inks in the spray gun? You don't. Okay, because what happens is if you atomize alcohol, you can, it's not, I'm going to say safe actually to breathe that in. So we don't use alcohol ink in the airbrush. The other reason is because it's got a constant flow of cold air, that alcohol will evaporate instantly. So you won't get a good spray. So you need either the marbling inks or the correct airbrush inks to be able to use in your airbrush. We just had, can you remind us how to use alcohol ink in the spray gun? You don't, do you, David?
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
There you go. Good morning to Jeanette, to Bridget. We've got Jonathan with us this morning, Fran, Davina, Gillian. We've got Lynn. We've got Amanda Conley. We've got Bridget with us again, Lynn. There's loads of you, Diane. All of you joining us this morning. Thank you very much for your company. Wendy S. Yeah, fabulous. Thank you ever so much for joining us.
Yeah,
right,
thank
David,
you.
have we got the, oh, look at
Oh,
you.
look at these I just made. Wow, gosh, that was quick. Woohoo! So,
Yesterday, we were doing the Digistamp download, and it had the giraffe on, and it says, aim high, stand tall. Amanda came out and went, I'm high. And I went, that answers a lot of questions. I think you've been sat next to Amanda for too long.
I've breathed in too much Amanda fumes. So,
Wow.
So what we've got here is the 4 squares, okay? These are incredible. They did actually come from SVGs, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
But
Stylish
now,
stencils.
you get them as a 12 by 12 pre-cut stencil for you with an airbrush. They look incredible.
Look at that.
Oh, it's
How
amazing.
fabulous is that?
So you could airbrush an entire panel, then stencil and airbrush over the top of the
Absolutely.
airbrush because you can do colour on colour. But you can create some stunning blends with these. So that's your square set, okay? 4 12 by 12 designs inside there for you. And then your circular, or should I say mandala or geometrics, along with a circular shape, you then have here as well. Great on fabric.
I love these.
And with those jacquard inks on fabrics, t-shirts, tote bags, they're going to look stunning.
They are indeed. So if you want Shop Square, $29.99 for all 4. That makes it £7.50 a stencil for 12 by 12, cut for you. And then also Shop Circles, again, $29.99. Right, David, shall we go and have a play?
Shall we go and have a play? Shall we
Yes,
do it?
please.
Yeah, get involved, everybody. Let us know
I
you're
might come and
there.
sit next to you.
Yeah, come and do it if you want to. There's plenty. I'll budge up. There we
I'll
are.
sit on my little perch, then I can look you in the eye. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Suddenly everything's changed. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is I want to show you those. First off, should we start with the jacquards? Because I want to show you how to actually load your airbrush tool and how to
Yes.
use it. And then we're going to do some work with our markers, okay? Because you've got to see these. And
These
they
are
are really
fabulous.
busy as well.
I love these.
They're just, I mean, look at that.
I just need
Isn't
them.
it just
I
satisfying
already
when
own
you sit
markers,
there?
but then I don't have this colour range, and I certainly don't have these
No.
iridescents in here as well.
It's these here.
I
I'm
know,
excited
that's
to
what I
see what
mean.
these are going to do because look at them, they look white, but they're actually purple.
Yeah, they're interference.
It's
Like
really
interference
amazing.
ink, but
Yeah.
interference marker.
And look at that one there. Look how
Love that.
sparkly that one is. It's like a glitter marker in there.
Beautiful, isn't it?
And also as well, I've got a lot of markers now, but I don't have any of these. I don't have any of these
No.
colours. Every single one's different.
I love them.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my stencils, okay, and I'm just going to add a little bit of spray to the back of it. Oh gosh, I'm not going to spray directly onto that. Oh dear. Right, have you got, Mel, would you want to drag and pass me the bin? I am sorry.
Yeah, of course I can.
Just want to make sure I'm not spraying on the floor this time.
Please.
Thank you. Cheers, my
There
dears.
you go.
Right, okay, so what I'll do A little bit of stencil spray. I'm going to go for this one, okay? I'm going to pop it just on top of the bin. There we are, so we've got some nice spray on there.
Waft while you wait.
Waft while you wait. There we go. And then it goes onto our cardstock. I'm using a piece of our Posh for this one, but you could do all your envelopes with this and do lots of different stunning effects. Now your airbrush kit, you can see mine ever so slightly different model, but you're going to get the exact same finishing effect. What I always do to prime this is when I get it going, is I take the pipette that comes with it, put a little bit of water just inside it like that, and turn it on and get spraying. Okay, you want to make sure, and if I hold a piece of black card under here.
I think I need to carry one of those around in my handbag.
Honestly, oh, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just make sure there's no ink in it.
Can you imagine?
Just walking
Walk around like a
oh,
Smurf.
Picasso bead on you. Right, so.
Not recently, no.
You look at that, you can see the spray. Okay, you can see all of that spray inside there going around. That is now cleaned out that nozzle completely for us.
Love that. Ooh.
So, oh dearie me. So what we're going to do is load it up. Now I've got a bath of water with me. The only reason why I have that is that usually I would just be at a sink, okay, with a running tap, and we don't have a running tap in the studio. So that's why that's there. And then I'm going to go straight into our inks. So I'm going to use the blue and the green this time. You do also have a black and a white, which is going to be really good, and you've got that varnish as well. Now listen to this. You can hear it.
Ball bearing.
Okay, you can hear that ball bearing inside there. So when you're spraying with this one, you want to give it a good shake first, get that ball bearing. Sorry?
Pass me the green.
Oh yeah, you're going to give that one a good shake for me, thank you. Right, and then what you want to do is also get a little piece of like kitchen towel, and that's going to be your primer.
Not got any?
I did, I had a roll. Oh, what have I done with it? I'll
It's all right, I got some here.
probably blow my nose on
There
that.
with. Here you are.
It's here somewhere.
Organised to within an inch of your life.
I am. I promise you I am. I'm going to find it, I'm determined now.
Oh, David,
It's there somewhere.
do a frozen. Let it go.
Oh yeah, I thought you said I want to build a snowman. I got time. I got time for that, Mel. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is go straight in with the blue. I'm going to pop this into, and it's got that fine nozzle on here already. So we go straight into, just on here, and you don't need much at all. Now, before we get started, you want to go straight to this piece of kitchen towel, switch your airbrush tool on and wait for the colour to come through, okay? It'll come through relatively quickly, but then you'll find after a couple of seconds you might need to just add a little bit more in because it's taking all of that ink now through. There we go. Right, so we're going to start in the centre. Go
Paul
on.
Young just says, as long as it isn't buzzing out of your handbag, Mel. I know, right?
Dear. Now,
Right, okay. Julie Whitechurch is saying, could I use an ink pad re-inker mixed with water in the airbrush?
I wouldn't say
They're
water.
quite thick.
Yeah, I wouldn't say water for sure. You would definitely want to use a thinner or an extender for that. The water, I don't know what it will react like with your brand of ink re-inker, okay? It may completely separate.
Yep.
If it's water-based, it shouldn't, but you may find that it's not going to give you the result you want, and it will most likely bead, okay?
Yep.
Which just gives you speckles. It all like groups together on the surface.
There's nothing to stop you trying it, though.
I would 100% give it a go. Why not? You've got the stash. Practice with it. I think I would. What
I
I'm going to
think I
start
have one
doing.
in the cupboards that you can play with.
Oh yeah, we'll give it a go.
I have all sorts in the cupboards.
All sorts in the cupboards, lots of stuff.
Every ink under the sun.
So we'll look at this. Look at that fine mist
love
of
that.
colour that we've already got. I'm focusing more towards the centre now, and I'm going to intensify that colour. Okay, look at that, how we're now really
Love
focusing in, and we've got that wonderful ombre already. So I'm going to carry this out a little bit further. Okay, keep on going out with it. And what you'll notice is that instead of the marbling inks do work inside here, but they came out very fast.
Yes.
I would have probably done this stencil already. You've got far more control with an airbrush tool and the right inks for it. Look at that. I can really go in, which means, say if I've just got this little patch here, look at the colour. I can do fine lines,
Yeah.
or I can do dark lines. You can really control where you're taking it. And also, have a play with this, okay, on the back. So I've just tightened that up again. And keep playing with it. So I'm going to tighten it the whole way now. And what that does is restrict how far back you can pull that trigger. So now look at that. I can
Wow.
really control.
You've got a white in here, right?
Super faint, yeah?
That's going to be brilliant for Christmas,
Oh, it is.
isn't it?
Look at that now. So what's happening is I'm putting less air through and more ink now.
Yeah.
So there's less air taking over that ink. So you play with the combination that works for you, and it just makes it really fun. Look at that. So now I'm getting far more ink flowing through here. So control it, what's right for you. Now I can see I've got a bit of gradient there that I want to infill, so the blend looks right.
Love that.
Okay. And then I'm going to really infill on here. Now I'm running low on ink inside there. I'm going to make sure I use it all up. Okay, just like this. All the way through. And I'm really infilling those areas. You get proper full coverage with this,
Yeah,
which
love
looks
that.
amazing.
What's the best way to clean your stencils after using the inks, please?
Hot soapy water,
Right.
straight in, so hot soapy water. A lot of people say don't use hot water. I love to use hot water when I'm cleaning out my stencils. It's just my preferred method of doing it. You may find one that works well suited to you, but the inks that are from your airbrush tool are more inclined to stain like a hybrid because they are permanent. So just bear that in mind, okay?
Fran's just had a baby. Fran hasn't just had a baby.
Oh,
Can I
right.
just put that out there?
Oh, right. Okay.
Fran has just had a baby hare come bounding across the garden.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
love that.
wow. Oh, my goodness. We, you have a bit of wildlife in your garden, don't you? I don't have, we have squirrels and pigeons. Do you know what? Oh, my goodness. I need to ask my neighbour about this. So I planted a tree in the bottom of the garden. It's a willow tree. And it's just because there's an area in the garden that doesn't get much sun and I needed something that'll thrive. And I planted it down there about 2 weeks ago. Something has dug the entire tree out and tossed it to the side. I know. And I went down, I went, Luke, have you pulled that tree out of the ground? And he went, I don't think I've ever even been to the bottom of the garden. And I was like, what's done that? Does anyone know what sort of animal could pull a tree about that tall out of the ground and chuck it? How weird is that?
How do you know it's an animal and not a person?
Oh gosh, that's a scary thought.
Oh, sorry.
Digging up my stuff.
Sorry?
What?
Blackbirds.
Yeah, but I can't see a blackbird digging up a tree.
Would you want? But next to it,
There's
around it, there was
a million
little
of them,
holes.
They flew up into the air and dropped the tree.
Oh, look, a phoenix.
Like, oh, but with a tree.
Yeah, I'm going to say. But no, it had to be because there was holes around it that had been dug as well.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
Could be a fox, I guess.
Could be. So what I need
Stray
to do, stray dog maybe, I don't know how it'd get in, unless it can jump the fence. Right, so what I'm doing now is going in with the green, okay? So we're going to blend the two colours together. And what I am going to do is just loosen my nozzle. There we are. And I'm going to let a little bit more air to flow through. There we go. So now I can do a perfect halo.
Look at that.
It's so fun, honestly. Working with an airbrush tool, you're going to love it. Now, as your airbrush tool feeds through that new colour of ink, just start to top up, okay? And it uses next to nothing. Like, I can't believe how little you use of this airbrush ink. So we're going to pop that now, get it going again. Here we are. And this ink, well, this ink's designed not to dry out on contact with air. It dries out on the contact with the surface.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
So let's start to fade that out. And I'm then going to work on the blend between the two colours, okay? So I'm going to work a bit further in and start to carry that into the blue. There we go. Look at that. So now we're really starting to infill on these areas. Just through here. And it's mesmerising. It's actually quite fascinating and fixating when you start working with an airbrush tool.
I could sit and do that for
Oh.
weeks. Love that.
Me too. Honestly, me too. So I'm going to work all the way around here, and then I'm going to loosen this a little bit more. There we are, got a bit more coming through now. I'm going to infill the rest of this.
Look at that.
Now look at that little bit of spitting that I'm starting to get there.
Yep.
We need to top up, and also throughout use of this, look at the bit of ink buildup I've got going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can grab your little bristles, or you can also just use a little bit of cloth for this bit, because we're not taking the gun apart at this point. Just dip this in, a little bit of water, and just dab it, okay, and circulate it around, and it will just stop any ink build-up inside there, okay?
Yeah.
And it's just taking a lot of that off. There we are, look. So it's just going to allow us with a nice continuous flow. Also, when you're working with a stencil with airbrushing, you don't get any bleed because it's not pooling on the surface.
No.
You're not pushing it in anywhere. But you do want to change angles every now and again to make sure you are catching it from all sides.
Yep.
Here we go.
That's amazing. I love stencil because the reveal is magnificent.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful.
Love
But
it.
I want to get a bit more coverage on here. But look how we're just building up and actually creating the process with this airbrushing. Now what we can do is flush through our airbrush gun and then start with white in the middle. And that'll look really nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think I'd love to do that. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I'm going to use up the rest of the green that's inside here whilst I've got it going.
Yep.
And just infill some of these areas and just look at how it's gradually just filling all of those slots for us. Look at that. And look at how long this gun's lasting as well.
Right?
Honestly, it just keeps on going continuously. It's amazing. The battery life in these things is fabulous. So I'm just going to make sure that all the way up to the edge now, as I'm going around with this halo, I'm getting a consistent gradient of green all the way up to the edge. There we are. Just like that. Okay. And I love this colour green. It's really nice. It's like a minty colour.
You know what you need to do when you go to Caden's next Sunday?
Go on.
Ask them to do airbrushing.
Do you know what? My first thought is,
Right.
why is this not a thing? I know they do thousands of products, but why is this not a thing?
Yeah, why not?
So I
Right.
definitely need
And
to
one
have
that works
that
on
conversation.
fabric.
Yes, I need to have that
You
conversation.
do, absolutely.
Maybe they've not really looked into airbrushes yet and
Maybe
things
not.
like that. I mean, they've looked into a million other things.
Maybe you should take it with you and show them.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
should?
Yeah, I do.
Right. All I'm doing, look, is just swishing that back and forth at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to top the pan up with some water like that and just
Yep.
flush it through for a second. Okay, so feed that through, and you want to keep on going until, of course, you've got no colour coming. So all I'm going to do now is fill my airbrush tool up to the top with water, and then put your finger over the end of the nozzle and turn it on, and bubble it.
Oh, I
And that
love
cleans it out. Okay, that's cleaning out all of that mechanism. Like that. Because
Oh,
what you're
that's
doing,
satisfying, isn't it?
it's nice, it really is.
Like hubble bubble, toil and trouble.
It is.
And Chapman back in the house with the crafty witches.
Oh, absolutely. And then look at that now. It's nice and clean. So what we do is we can use our white. So
Yes.
filter through any more water like that. Make sure that's all out of there, as much out as possible. And then we're going to go with our white ink. Let's grab it. Okay. So this is the one. Again, good shake. Make your little inky cocktails. Hey, look. Oh, that got a bit of rhythm.
You did get a bit of rhythm.
Gosh, you're like a pina colada now. Right,
Oh, I
okay,
could do a pina colada. I
oh,
love a pina
M&S do an non-alcoholic pina colada,
Do
and
they?
you can just drink it
Well, yeah.
like, at work.
Is that not just like coconut and pineapple?
I'm gonna say yeah, but it tastes like the real thing.
Oh, I could do a pina colada.
Oh,
And I don't
honestly.
drink.
Pina
Marks and Spencer's. It's in there.
Yes. I know. So the other week, every Monday when I come over here,
Yes.
I do the M62 and M1. And as you get onto the M1 about 6 miles in, there's the services and they've got an M&S food.
Oh yes, I know the one.
So I usually go in and get the team some biscuits or whatever, and they do a bag called Extremely Chocolatey Shortbread Rounds.
Yeah.
And there's a bag about that
They're
big.
so good.
And I bought a bag, and Amber was in the studio the other day. She said, "Oh, I could kill for a biscuit. We haven't got any biscuits." I went, "I had some." And I went in my little drawer where I keep them all, and I went, "Here, Amber." By the end of the show, they're gone. So she bought me a box of Maltesers to say thank you, but there was a caveat. Can you get some more on your way over on Monday?
Honestly.
So that'll be my Monday stop. I'm going to stock up on biscuits for
the
everybody
M&S
this
biscuits are
weekend.
so good.
And then the cake yesterday, well,
Well, the cake saga yesterday.
oh, so I bought a chocolate cake that big and a Victoria sponge that big.
Yeah.
And then I got extra thick double cream like that. By the time I went to get a piece of cake, the cream was down like half empty.
It was. I couldn't believe it.
It's like, good grief. Oh, David, that's beautiful.
And then you have got
Look at that.
ombre stenciling. That's
How
just beautiful.
fabulous
Honestly, it's amazing.
Is that?
Should we do some marker work?
Yes, please. Do you need a minute?
No,
Or are you
I'm all good.
Right,
Let's just
all
go
right,
for
let's
it.
just jump into it then.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I've got here from one of our silica molds we had on the other day, I made a wall hanging tile.
Oh, from your resin.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is from the resin cast and I've gessoed it black, okay? I'm just going to grab my
Shop
paint
Gesso
palette.
will get you the black and the white for $11.99. I love
Okay.
that palette.
So
That's a piece of art in itself, that. Isn't
it is,
Get that in
honestly.
the Tate Modern.
It's frame it, done.
Absolutely.
It would look quite cool with like a sentiment or something there, wouldn't it?
It would,
It'd be
yeah.
Quite funky. So then, oh dear, that's my airbrush tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that out afterwards. I'm going to put a stencil right on the top of
Okay.
this. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of spritzy spray, a bit of stencil spray just to the back of it. Oh, that's good for my back. Just giving it, I felt
A
it quick
twist.
then.
Did you?
Ooh. Right, okay. So we're going to go straight onto this. I'm going to centralise it the best I can. So this like my mandala emblem is in the middle. Just like that. Now what we're going to use is we're going to work with, oh, there's so many demos I had planned. I've got fabric and all sorts. We don't have time. Oh, we're not. These
sold
shows,
out.
we
Everything
are back-
Airbrush is sold out.
It has. We are back later on.
We will
so
try and get
we'll
them
sort
back in
it.
stock for you, I promise. And we'll try and get some more for the fabric as well.
Indeed. So what we've got here is our palette, and we've also got all of those micas, okay? But I think we need to play with these interference ones
absolutely.
because they look crazy. I've got a green looking one here, which is going to look nice. So what we're going to do is pop some of that just out here onto our paint palette. There we are. Put some of that out. And then we're going to go in with our Aquastone varnish. So a little bit of varnish like this, which means it's going to lock it in place, but it's also going to allow us to actually seal it and get a glossy finish with them.
Right.
A little bit of Aquastone, a little bit of the mica powders, and then we go into here and we start dusting.
David, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my word. Pick up that varnish.
Right, shop mica is, you get 52 of the 3 gram tubes for $39.99 before your discount.
Oh my gosh, look at
Oh,
this.
David. Go on, keep going.
Oh my gosh, oh my god, oh my gosh.
We've got 4 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I can do it in 4 minutes. There we go.
Brian said, would you just sell a canvas before airbrushing it?
No, all the canvases that we have stocked so far, Fran, you do not need to gesso
They're
first.
pre-primed, aren't they?
They are indeed. Unless you want to change the colour,
Yes.
then yeah, that would be the time to do it. Right, okay, so we need another colour
Yeah,
now.
I knew you were going to do that. It's diving into the colours
Need
now.
another
That's
one.
it.
So find
Love
out where I
that.
put that one. Put a little bit of purple. I want to get it all out in one go. That's why it's got sprinklers on it, but I'm just going to open it and do it that way. There we are.
Yeah.
Perfect. So then what we're going to do, I'm not going to clean the brush. I'm just going to go straight in with my Aquastone and some more of this. Give it a little swirl first. And then, ooh, look at this colour. Ooh, look at this.
Oh, you need these, Mike. Look at that.
Okay, that's a little bit fancy.
Fancy.
That is very fancy. So what I'm
Love
going to
that.
do is go all the way around. I'm losing where my Aquastone is. There we are.
I'm not surprised on that palette. Can't see it. It's
I
clear.
actually can't, can I?
No.
In fact, actually, I'm going to put a bit here. I'm
Yeah.
going to put a bit on this
Yeah,
card.
that might be a better idea.
On there. I can definitely see it on there now. There we go, look.
Look at that. There
Actually
you
make a
go.
proper paint from it.
Oh, this is lush.
And it's just one of those things where you're now mixing different mediums together. And the aid of Cadence, we've mixed this with the Cadence Aquastone varnish, but if you mix this with the fabric glue, you could do this onto black fabric.
Yep.
And then it's washable.
Shop Aqua will get you 500 ml of that fantastic
I'm gonna put some
varnish
more on.
for $39.99.
Get a bit more of that.
There you go.
What other interference should we use?
Oh, I don't know. We've got 2 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay, fair dues. Right, I'm just going to go. Look at that. That's really singing now on that surface.
That's lovely.
It does.
Let's see the reveal.
I know. So what I've been doing is I build all of this up, and I do quite a few other colours in between
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
But we are going to quickly reveal it. But this is where you're making literally a mica paint, and they're going to go so far.
Fab. Love that.
Stipple all over as well, a bit more powder in. If you feel like you're only spreading varnish, more powder.
Yeah.
I keep adding it in, get the balance right. Okay, I'm going to, where is it? There it is.
I need a new palette, love.
No, I could just gesso it.
Ooh!
No, can't have a
No.
new palette. I can't have a new palette. I could gesso it though, couldn't I? It would look quite cool.
Yeah, it would.
So now what I'm doing is I'm going to do this side and start to blend it in. There we go. Look at this. Look a bit more of that powder. And I'm going to reveal it so you can see
Yes,
what this
please.
looks like so far, because it just feels
Ooh,
wonderful.
it's exciting. I love the interference micas. They're fabulous.
Look at that on there.
David.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Look at the mica shine.
Wow.
It is stunning. Now, I've done that really quickly because
Yeah.
we're time limited today. But if you're going to join us later on, we're going to be doing so much more with it. I'm going to show you how you then do mica paints on your fabrics with stencils as well. We're going to do it onto glassware and ceramic as well. So there's lots to explore, but you need to make sure you join us.
You do. Absolutely. Right. We're going through the wall again.
We are. It really hurts that, doesn't it?
Does a bit, yeah. We need to break through a bit further. We're going next door because we have got sublimation.
We do.
Brand new products.
Brand
New
new.
sprays. Brand new liquids.
Loads of new liquids.
Very exciting.
We've got ultraviolet ones as well, which stop your UV rays.
I know. It's great, isn't it?
Amanda says his palette should be a giveaway while he's away.
I'm taking it with me. How dare you plant ideas like that,
Oh, Fran.
Fran?
Oh, wait, was it? I know Amanda.
Amanda. Amanda. Disappointed. It's going to be
You
my
all right?
case. Yep, I'm absolutely fine.
Okay, right. We'll see you in about 5 minutes' time on the other side of that wall. See you in a bit.
Bye.